Happy New Year, everyone! Happy New Year, and welcome to William and the Magic Box. It's a new year starting right now, 1st of January 2021. Let's take the opportunity to set new goals, to be more positive, and to believe that this year is going to be much better than last year, 2020, okay? And to start this year in a very positive way, in a very nice way, we're gonna have our first guest of 2021, and his name is my lovely friend Adam. Adam is from London, so let's see what Adam has to say. Enjoy the interview. Happy New Year, happy 2021. Hey. Hello.
Hello.
Hi Adam, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Are you outdoors?
Yes, very clever you are. You're very smart. Not just a pretty face.
Oh.
Yeah, I am. It would be a pretty cool background if I did have that indoors, though, wouldn't it?
That's
just
amazing. I like the backgrounds. Are you like, oh wow. Where is that?
I decided, in Shoreditch, I decided to come here because I was working in a Co-Balance, which is a co-working space around the corner. And
Okay.
I needed to change of scenery because I didn't feel like I was in the mood for William and the Magic Box, you know, like there was no one else around.
Okay, Adam. So just before we start the game, just tell me where you're from originally.
I am originally from London, born and raised, and I still live here.
And what do you do for a living?
I was working in financial markets for 10 years.
Okay.
And I quit that job a couple of years ago, not because I wasn't happy with the job. I just felt like a change.
Okay.
And I've been on a bit of a journey for a couple of years. It's only recently I decided that I wanted to move into the sort of weird and wonderful world of life coaching, and but with my own particular slant on it.
Right.
And yes, it's an interesting area because there's a lot of bullshit, but that's kind of the opposite of what I want to be able to offer. I want something that's authentic. I really kind of want people to connect back into what's real, because I think there's been a very strange year, and I think if it's used in the right way, it can be a very good thing for us, actually. But anyway, I'm working on setting up my own business in that area.
Good. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. Okay, Adam. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. I've got here
Yay.
this box full of random fun questions. Okay. What I'm going to do now? I'm just gonna play a music just for us to get in the mood, to get your grump mood to go away a little bit before we start the first question. Okay.
I'm not grumpy anymore. I was grumpy. If
joking.
I'm grumpy like this, then I don't know what. Cool.
Right. So let's go. Let's go for the first question, Adam. Let's do it. Okay, are you ready for the first question?
Yeah, very ready.
Let's do it. Are you a cat or a dog person? And if you could be an animal, which one that would be and why?
Great question, and because it's easy. I am definitely. Well, I grew up with cats, so that's what comes to me naturally. And I also think I was a cat in my past life because I like to be pet. I like to be stroked. I like to sit around and sleep. But then again, recently I've been around a few dogs, and I'm now in the feeling that I would love to get a dog. So I'm both. I think they're very different types of animals, and they give a different type of love. I'm gonna say if I had to choose between cats or dogs, I think I'd probably have to choose dogs now, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Even though I grew up with cats.
And
the other question, which was about what animal could I be?
Yeah.
Probably a dog. They live a great life. I mean, they really do. They really do. And when I see them playing around in the park, they don't care about anything, and they have so much fun, and they're in so much joy. But I'm not sure about sniffing other people's bums. But other than that, I think they've got it on point. Yeah.
I'll tell you something now. Right, Adam, let's go for the second question. Let's do it. go for another question. What does your parents did or do that comforts you the most?
Good question. I have to go back in the past now. Actually, I don't really need to go back in the past because I still get comfort from my mum. Yeah, it doesn't feel like there was anything specific that I can remember. Just a certain way of being, you know, really for me, growing up, I was lucky that I had a very loving family. I can only think right now to how my mum supports me now, and that's someone who's like willing to allow me to do whatever I want to do that makes me happy and doesn't judge me on anything I do and gives me that kind of freedom, but also that like a lending ear, like someone who's willing to listen to who I am, and that's the most valuable thing for me.
Let's go for another one, Adam. Yeah, let's go for another question. What's something not many people know about you?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's probably quite embarrassing that I don't want to say right now.
You can tell me by WhatsApp later, the private one.
What do most people not know about me? Wow, I tend to wear my heart on my sleeve, as in I'm really, really, really honest about everything. So I don't keep things closed. Stuff I do privately that people don't know. One thing that I do a lot is I dance a lot, like to myself, which is, I think, things that people normally do. But I love electronic music, so I put music in. And I dance like crazy in my front room.
I'm the same. Exactly the same.
And it is probably the most enjoyable thing that I do. You know, it really gives me a buzz. And but typically, if people see me out and about, I'm not someone who's I'm probably an introvert, maybe. Perhaps, okay. I'm not sure. But anyway, that's something that people don't know about me. I daily dance like a crazy man.
That's good. Good to know. Very good. Even though those grumpy days? I did this morning, and then I got grumpy this morning, and then these moods come and go, you know. So it definitely gets you out of a mood to do something like that, for sure. I'm just speaking on you now. I'm just speaking about
I know you are.
Right, let's go for another question, Adam. Let's go. Right, Adam from London. Let's get another question. What makes you a unique person?
Come out with a really cliche answer that everyone is unique in their own right. What makes me unique? I think what makes me unique is that I'm a complete random nut. Like, as in, I do so many different. I've probably lived about 1 million different lives. I don't stick with one thing. Okay. And that's not because I get bored of stuff. It's just because I never define myself as anything. So I'm very willing to just try and do loads of different things. And I think that makes me quite unique in a way, because, and it's not to judge people who like to stay doing the same thing. It's just what's very specific to me. It's a life of curiosity that I have, you know.
Good.
That makes me unique.
Great. Good answer. They're not right or wrong. It's just your point of view what matters. That's it. That's it. Cool. Let's go for another question, Adam. Right. What are the top 3 things on your bucket list?
What's on my bucket list at the moment? I'm always hiking around the world, so I'll have to put one of those in my top 3 as in places that I want to go. So I'd like to hike. The next place I want to go to is the Rockies. I've not been to the Rockies, so that's on my bucket list. Okay. I actually really want to get married. I want to find a wife, so that's on my bucket list. And I also want to have kids. That's on my bucket list. These are things that I've always thought about, but like, and I'm not doing anything to try and find someone. It's on my bucket list. It's something that I've thought recently that I actually want, or I would like in my life. So hopefully soon in the next few years. And the 4th thing on my bucket list is to set up this business that I'm working on at the moment. So that's in the process as well. So 4 things on my bucket list.
Right. Are you enjoying the show so far, Adam?
I'm having a great time, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
Good.
enjoying it?
Yes, I am actually. Yes,
Good.
totally. It's good to connect with people, different points of view, different backgrounds, and different beliefs and everything. I think it's all part of the journey as well. Let's go for another question. Let's do it. Okay, Adam, how would you describe a perfect, healthy relationship?
For me, and this is just a concept, because ultimately relationship can be any different things, but I think it's important not to depend on the other, and I think it needs to be two independent people living together. Now that is a bit of an ideal, because at the end of the day, some form of attachment seems to always come in. But in the perfect scenario, I think it's that having that confidence and that trust in each other, that there's no possession whatsoever in that relationship, and it's two people independently living their lives together and better together. And it's sort of like it's almost like a paradox. It doesn't make sense to how we think in our normal mind to not be controlling over that person, and because sometimes some people feel like that's almost a proof that person loves them. But for me, real love is about completely accepting someone and allowing them to do exactly what they want to do. And so if at any point that person said, "Oh, I'm not interested," then you'd be completely cool with it, because it's their life. And so yeah, something that is completely non-possessive, it is an ideal, and I understand that attachment does come in, so it's just managing that to a certain degree. But in a perfect world, that's what it should be,
Sure, but I think relationship is always like it's a hard work, but it's worth it. But it's a maintaining. You need to maintain, the things like work every day and understanding, open, talk, discuss. I think never hide things under the bed. Just kind of deal with it. I think. Can I go for another one?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's go for another question. What was the biggest punishment have you ever received?
Biggest punishment? I remember getting in trouble once, and I was really, really scared. As in, it didn't lead to a punishment, but I got in trouble at school, at primary school. Secondary school, I was a good boy because I went to a very strict school. But primary school, I remember once I got the lead role for like the Leavers concert when I was in year 6. I must have been about 8 or 9. It was Bugsy Malone, and I don't know how I managed to get it, because I'm really bad at acting. But anyway, we did the rehearsals each night to get ready for it, and I made up this story that I had a dentist appointment, and I told the teacher, and this really isn't a big thing, but when you're a kid and you get in trouble for stuff like this, it's the most serious thing in the world. Like your whole world's caving in.
Of course.
And I remember I got caught. I was outside playing football. Stupid me. I made this excuse, and then I just ended up playing football outside the school, so I got caught by one of the teachers. I was in really, really big trouble.
See, that's one of the biggest punishment.
Yeah. Yes. And since then, I've not lied about dentist appointments since then.
They always learn a lesson. Always learn a lesson. Right, Adam, let's go for another question. Let's do it. If you need to pee, just let me know, okay? Don't get a bottle on the side, okay?
It's all right. I've got a bottle here anyway.
Right. Do you consider yourself a spiritual person? How?
Yeah, of course. I think we're all spiritual, actually. How? Because I've had stuff that's happened in my life that feels completely bizarre. And it's happened a lot in the last few years as well. So definitely, I think everyone is to a certain degree. I think it just takes time to become aware of that connection to something other than what we're so used to on Earth. So I think we all are, and yes, I am, and yes, I've had some crazy experiences and stuff that if I were to say right now, someone would probably take a straitjacket out and like take me to a crazy place. So
can you share one?
I can share the start of one, which was it happened for 2 weeks in my life. It was what people would term as like a type of awakening, but that is also a process. But it happened just one day. It was 2018. I just woke up one morning. No other reason. I don't know. I just made some choice. I just entered a completely different state of being where I was just focused and everything was happening. And I just noticed this other type of energy that was going on. I was attracting things and I was just in the right frame of mind. If anything came in that I needed to do, I would do it. And if I couldn't do it right then, I'd put it on the list. I was just thinking clearly, and it lasted for about 2 weeks, and it was a beautiful energy.
Wow.
It faded, and then I spent a long time kind of understanding exactly what it was and learning a bit more about what these experiences are and what they're there to tell you. But from that, one of the things that was happening then was this flow that I've been in and out of since. But it's really sort of like this state of being where you start to notice what is termed, I suppose, serendipities, things that happen that just don't seem, that are only attracting to you because of the energy that you're vibrating in, basically.
Absolutely.
And for me, that is a level of spirituality.
Totally.
Because it's sort of moving beyond just what is typical experience of everyday life, you know. So yeah.
Okay. Oh wow, good one. Thanks for sharing that. I totally agree. I think energy and some moments I have as well. Some moments I could tell you so many things that happened to me as well that I found so powerful, and I couldn't even explain. I couldn't even kind of explain the feeling and everything. Adam, 2 questions left. Let's do it. Okay, Adam, let's get another question for you. What hurt your feelings?
I tend to be quite detached from relationships. I try not to make things hurt my feelings. And that's a skill that I've learned over the years. I think the thing that really gets me is it's just poor communication. And unfortunately, it's quite common. But I like to have a conversation with someone where that person is engaged with me. And to be honest, I find it a little bit insulting if someone's talking to me but they're doing something else or just not engaged in it. It's just a waste of time, really. And I think it's very common, but I take it really personally. And as a result, especially with people close to me, I'll dig at it and I'll make a point that really we're kind of having a conversation and they're not really fully engaged in it. And it's cool. It's just I'd rather not be on the phone to them or be with them, so
That's
it's
true.
not everyone, but it really gets me. It really gets me. Because I
totally.
think, yeah. And it does hurt my feelings because I think, I'd rather have a real connection with someone that's based on that person being interested and vice versa,
I see.
So poor communication hurts my feelings.
Okay, by the way, I just need to check my phone. Can you just wait a minute, please? I'm going to check my phone. Please check me on WhatsApp now. Let's be going to interview. Sorry, Adam. I'm just saying. Right, last question, Adam. Last question for you. Let's do it.
I don't think you could hurt my feelings.
Say again? Sorry?
I said I don't think you could hurt my feelings.
Oh, that's sweet. You just made my day now. Actually, I'm talking to you now, and I can see my best friend who lives in Canada, and he's I can see him send a message said, "Oh, what to do? I forgot to tell him that I'm doing shoots today." So I just can see like the best sometimes come. But don't worry, I still connect with you. Don't worry. I'm not gonna hurt your feelings, okay?
No. Please don't.
All right, let's do it. Adam, last question. Let's do it. What was the last thing that made you smile?
I've been smiling for the last half an hour, 45 minutes, however long it's been. I don't know. I've lost track of time. I've lost track of time. I don't even know what time it is. That's definitely the last thing that made me smile. Beyond that, before that, what made me smile? I'm trying to think. Things make me smile a lot. Like I'm in a very appreciative place in my life right now, so I tend to try and find things that I live in Shoreditch, and there's some very, very funny people around. Like
Sure.
there's this
Lots
guy
for
that
this.
walks around. There's a guy that walks around with a dog, and he's got sunglasses on the dog. That really makes me laugh every time. I can't not laugh. I
Of
can't
course.
not laugh because I feel like the dog has a certain swag about it because he knows he's wearing sunglasses. He's just sort of like that. Really makes me laugh.
Oh, that's
People make
cool.
me laugh. People make me laugh. There's so many different types of people, and I think yeah. And you've made me laugh, and you've made me smile. Definitely, I haven't stopped. I don't think I've stopped grinning in the last half an hour. I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, thank you. I just made my day right now. Just made my day. Thank you so much. Right, it's not the end yet, okay? What am I going to do now? I'm going to give away some words and you just tell me the first thing that comes to your mind, okay? Quick thinking, okay?
Uh-oh. Okay.
Right. Let's start with money.
Greed. Is this like a word association game?
Yeah, this one also.
Right.
Yeah.
Greed was the first thing that came to my mind.
Great. Let's go for love.
Heart.
Okay. Family.
Family. Home.
Okay. Life.
Laughter.
Politics.
Boring.
Religion.
Religion. Dangerous.
Okay. Sex.
Life.
Okay. Fear.
Insecurity.
Friendship.
Connection.
Desire.
Chocolate.
Good. Regrets.
None.
Okay. Wish.
Wish. The first word that came to my mind was stars. Not sure why.
Good. Last one. London.
Home.
Great. Okay, Adam, let's pretend now I'm going to have a cup of tea with your best friend, and I'm going to ask your best friend, tell me the most beautiful thing about Adam, and tell me something that he needs to improve on. What do you think your best friend will tell me?
Depends which best friend. If they answer that question, most of my best friends would take the nick, but they'd say my most beautiful thing is probably my big nose or something like that. I like to think my friends think that I'm attentive and caring. No, something that I need to prove on. What would my friends say about me? Keeping in contact. I'm sometimes I can be. I think some of my friends would probably be a bit upset that I haven't. But I've got so many friends.
There you go. You're so popular. You're so popular.
I wish that was the case.
I think cool. Okay, Adam. So let's play now Adam and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. Okay, you can ask me a question now, Adam.
My question for you is, you've been doing this for some time now, and you've spoken to many different people. I want to know what your favorite question is that you've ever asked anyone, or if you can't think of that, what your favorite reaction has been to a question.
I can answer both of them. Okay, the first question, I think that one of the most, there are so many different questions, like, that, to be honest with you, one of the questions that it really, let's say, intrigues me, that I almost took it away from the Magic Box. It was a question like, if you have, if someone gave you an envelope with your death date inside, would you open it or not? To be honest with you, I thought that I almost take away because I thought everyone would say, no, I wouldn't open. But fun enough, a few people, they surprised me saying that they would open. And at the end of the day, their explanation why was very interesting. And I was like, oh my God, that's very interesting because, again, they're not right or wrong. There's different points of view, different, beliefs and everything. But to be honest, it's a good question, actually. I like your question because that's one of the questions that I almost took away. In the end of the day, I'm surprised with people's answers, and it's very interesting that
the best reaction that you've had to a question, or the best answer.
The best reaction, I think, when someone was very grumpy in the morning and they changed their mood afterwards during the interview.
I'll have to watch that one back.
Okay, the best reaction. Oh my God, there's so many. I think people there. I'm so grateful and so people their reaction so different way. They open up so much about their lives, and people they are so I connect easily with people. But
Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah, but I had so many, to be honest, I had so many people like sometimes they get very nervous, like they don't know what's going to happen, but after the third question, they express themselves, they are dancing, they are around, and they take
I'll
their
be completely
dogs,
honest. I really am not, I'll be honest myself, I am someone who doesn't like answering questions about themselves because I don't like to be showy. I don't like to talk about myself that much. So it doesn't come naturally to me, but I really enjoyed it and I found it pretty fun actually.
Yeah, it's just something new for the day, something that's just something out of your routine, something out of your Adam, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks so much for being to take your time for this experience. I really enjoyed. You're in the park. I'm sure people watch that, they're gonna love in the park. You're a very popular Londoner and I like that. I think it's nice. People will appreciate that a lot. But just before you go, can you just share a positive message, a positive quote, something that inspires you in life?
Oh yeah,
again.
It's by a guy that I read a lot of. His name is, that people might know already if they're into spirituality stuff. His name is Osho, or his name was something else.
Yeah.
One thing that I really liked recently, it just rings with me at the moment, is he said, what saints have called ecstasy or samadhi is just a deep love phenomenon between a person and the whole universe. And I really loved it because to me, that's what it's really all about. And I think it's that sort of totality of accepting and being with everything rather than specifically about a job or a person or a relationship or even ourselves. It's that sort of like that play with life and the whole universe, which is what it's all about. And it's like having that love for everything that we have in front of us, not just the specific things that take up our daily, rituals and tasks. And it's just, it really resonated with me. So
absolutely,
that's my
good.
Part.
Thanks so much for sharing that. Did you have a good time?
I had a great time. Thank you so much. It was really amazing.
Good. Adam, thank you so much for your time, and we'll keep in touch. For sure, meet up on one day,
keep
okay?
in touch. Keep in touch.
Keep in touch for sure.
Have a great weekend. See ya.
Bye-bye. See you.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.